and can never lead to the better Ghana we were promised. The NDC claims almost on a daily basis that this or that problem was left by the NPP administration. I say to President Mills today, if you say that the system is broke, fix it.
Kwabena Bobie Ansah berema be meti gara furuku be puntimpuna si so no waka kira bin say you what you can say Kwabena
Kimre baby bia wo wotemenka mo amofre adwuma mo ekofie doma motetrotro mo uba boat yango taxi trotro mo amofre ya western region e ba mo amoko Mwamu free voter region e bane mwamoko. Mwamu free Ashanti region e bane mwamoko. Ya mamunyi na ajo. Nema mwakwaba. Mwamembu sasa want to say. Nano ya wada ye. Na
Kaka miampo kwa mwasi anansi.
Team here chirmi and almost Saturday. We are grateful. Mama mfana asema.
Kaka miampo kwa mwasi anansi.
A dumb on joining on Facebook. Thank you so much. A dumb on joining on YouTube. Thank you so much. Let them watch bebre. Yamin Shramo Ondomo na ontin anyone chiremo na enyumre ya Honorable Abilele is here. Thank you. Kojo Isaac is on Facebook from Japan Motors. Pizarro Dako is here. Nana Kuya Febia Fianco Ultra Dixon Kintete Ewatadi West Fijai David Nate Tokoli Maryland in America Abdallah Osmano Usuke Peter is here Johnson Clifford Saidu Abubakari Solomon Brock we are grateful. Thank you. James Ajekum. Thank you. Someone here, Joe Ewo Yella Bonnie Coffee Shop. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Daniel Abedu Nabetete. Brahima Ewo Abri Kukunru. Victor Fiamadi Anoma Bright is here on Facebook. Kwashiga Nobet. Safiano Ibrahim. Delali Dexon. Thank you. Mama for us my cry from newsroom. Ansah sasra kuni team no. Yada mu nyina ase na anwumre papa. Nyame nsramo. Me production crew and as Kwame Kwache fit one day call him. And that's how we are at the pande people pop salad. Thank you so much. Me for us my Enoch. On our handle your social media platforms. No, thank you so much, Enoch. Belinda from Poma is on Facebook. Thank you, Belly. Samson Ajay, Bernard Amper, Abdul Rahman Haruna, Mame Ketwa, connecting from myself in Achimota. Philip Osei is here. Kintete Okumabo, Shama Babenya, Jagaida. Mustafa Sabute Yadamunyi na anse Tadi FM wa takra de yemfa na asema o na asem koma Fabia FM wo Nkranza West End FM ewo eye Elembele Esiama Mama menya adwuma ketewa bi mra. Dr. Edu Ewofia say Mama no anti adwuma ketewa bi be mi ti dupe. Ba ya kan ne dia taso. Doc Akaba.
Yeah, enya.
Boko de.
Yankopon adawroma.
Bibi adadi.
Yankopon adawroma bibi.
Amanfo frɛ me ase na no mo frɛ wa.
Mo enya.
Yeah, last time na say there be a line here hot.
Okay, honestly come. Bo bia na impa na frɛ kure bia na wa engage obey na adwene de of from the way yam. I am one custom free. And that me say Bobie say I me adoma na ye ba. A drone I actually the SM now so any shatter movement no. Your friend SM. But a shatter movement. SM. E dini chese. When you akokra bia ofi. Ana when you adam fu bia ya osusu we kire yourself from tenane adwumadin ti aya na dru dem na wa ye mle. When you are for Sibia or complaining so on any etna yeno or banning to me morning quay attaching quay. When you're penibia or catch so say the driver a per se where ye be BT and a yellow because of what that our denti. When you will be a catch so no one can so bad we are see. Say bet to me or be a share or buy a share manaka is a more appear for what than I say, which Ubinka besides on the lie, Debaco.
I hear me.
Oh, so Fakoma Safoni be mo Fakoma Safoni be and you are and you Bemmo. That be Fakoma Safoni be. Yea, me for Yamia. That be you sing, say, Oka no Pesafoni Benadia Manu. And me for any. Oh, that and that's all name. Dabby. What do you say? Oh, no, and Yadia will pay be. And I won't hear be. Omo idea dance here. But what the command we on na dance obedi no. E be san so reflect o abla bom. Because on this remember say nya wona abetra kasa fidie we ya tia kadro wo.
We ase de e kom de abrewa na osu man nana no.
Sanity here. Oh. Ntia for
ma mentia Dr. Sosu Dr. Kwaba.
Sefa.
Sefa.
Emmanuel Sefa.
Yo. Boko there.
Nyame adom boko.
Nyame ase. Doc, are you ready to me?
Munu me ya ka che fine edu he ba clinic de you pay ba bia na dom no yima ya pa kire. Yele ka kire wo de yele bia ro ho won. So ye kwankwa yele ba anas na onye kwankwa yele ba fo enwa kire mu edu he ba clinic. Mo ye yije ne o mankesim ba fikrum. Mankesim be fikrum central region dombe brede wati yanka wati henenze washe doctor nanyim nem point wo pere obaba mankesim be fikrum abaje wona yeresa nanso so kwan bi don na adwuma na adaje nti wonye kwan ma yesi won board yamena do yabu ebi wo oye Accra Kropomantai mu ye wo odoko official town Malaka se fida kuma le odoko Grand Hotel na esen ho when fa hona na afa oye osofu kirabosom ne kwando Christ Ebenezer Preparatory School ho ana ye wo mo ne ye everybody si wo street na ye wo no wa atene ni kwahia hinku street ho ne ye wo mo ne kan tro de ye no mo ne ye bontentem amasa bla wa za ma hen what's wo me ye milk akreme o me ne be 1 hour on Chelsea awie ntama na o che de atum na afra hen oye 0243 98 93 68 TNBM 0243 989368 and also 0201 044 221 TDBM 0201 044 221 etie for me tie kakra maka fanti kakra na maka twi kakra mama kwan na mo wan kraman yi mu se na mama kwan na maka gaso kakra fa afrem houses moto me that tumne yakwem mama ka kira da samai na se sa wo yare na unye nwu ana wonne udriye ni ani nihia enu nti no yare bi adokro te se stroke na de wato de ana won sasensen wo kon wona ante kakra na wabre wonan entumi wona ante obi wa stroke na enya no wa ye dro sa ne honto no ye catch se wa wie ye o last stop any edu heba clinic e sense we ase afa na ina agi ato se doctor du nkwa no de dro kan wa pressure ne diabetes wa bra wa ko dro stroke no wote esa wachi ma wo wusi nipaduam wo ye kama wusi pina wusi tana wo bo obla ye wadwuma ti se de hesa wo ye maami a wotie me wo papa abrochirifo tumi flyer me ya tumi passing no de ma wo ho tom ade na woti Ghana na so wo Africa na wotie kasafiri a amanfo do de tie so 100.5 efidie so na obaya kwadworo se wo ma edu heba clinic Dr. Edu na litenin ai munu ya litie papa Edu heba clinic ya o mankesi mbefi club ya branch cross Oborgatanga Snake Flat opposite Tanzul Road ina Accra Kupoma Ntamisu ya mina aduma ya bobo ya branch ne bi wo Odoko official town ya wo kwahia Hinku Street oya Christ Ebenezer Operating School nchen wa da mini nto onye stroke nkote na Dr. Edusa obi a ontumanda kwadana hawon bra obi odu arajo sanchi beble bra obi a odize abona abri na odize so ohun do olofon ono yal ono so ntapo bra Edu heba clinic ibi otena asema nasle tiro twetwen ibi na asene ye ne yew metro waste space severe waste space for e wachem Edu heba clinic o biala e wo infection biala ye endemi yalba metro syphilis chlamydia hepatitis B HIV mpo se enye Ebola anaso mpo da enye virus ya wo friend oye pandemic here and then say audience sama be ya kwaku frempo here oye covid here for we chire mu Edu heba clinic wo mu no American culture there your life your health life will not be the same wabra bo wa pometim no bokoye pa onam na be Dr. Ima o manager Accra ha me ba nti mama no so aluto na num kakra
yo na obi onze Edu heba clinic se bia ye bi shiasa na ye de arehyimu ene energy ne ahotoso abregana fo nyina obi a otie yen o Accra FM 100.5 ompa ba wo bonyanyame atiu yare bia o yare amo academy mesro sorry ne bra na yen hwew ne si udademu entina fi enkase wa chinchinia wako bia anyeye o last stop any Edu heba clinic entina fi mankesim ababe bia new branch ewo Accra Odoko official town Gloryland ehona osofu chabosum asori na echi oba woni kakra oba be hu Christ Ebenezer Preparatory School na chipe na ena Edu heba clinic no yewo obu hono a ye ma mefu wo mutena edwum wo otimi tena sifia no pakosi anwumre obo so osora na ayene din ne to ase free ne sisi intini bi dai sisi fire to ase fire sirem koye nan ekoye ye nan ye nantini hu nyina obo so osora na ayene den ontimi wo se ne ya bozo sorry na se wo tiato enyo no a eye tenase na watenase a che no ena masa pain no aba ena broni efre no sciatic pain se ba omo se wa hu se na o sorry kakra bo se wonan no agene eye wo ya o tenase na wa chia woto enam se ya na ewo wonan ba akumu no enti ebetimi aka wonan benkum ebetimi aka nifa no eno ti na Edu heba clinic yeto nsafro se bra ne mu odro ne nsa massage o yebe massage de yensa ankasa ye sua se ne sidi yensa massage nipama yaw bia woni nipaduam bia etu free honom na ne mbebo massage bia ye wo Edu heba clinic so kakra achiro dedi kan ye Swedish massage eno na ende obi aye population obi aye na bu a no ato intimacy akofie se ne ba enfansa sano bia no ni sisi kakra ne ade ye deeper ne o second type of massage ye friend deep tissue massage and oba ye bi ewo Edu heba clinic say yaw ne hye ne he kra na yensa bedru ye be press o body part na ma yaw na hye ho no ebetu ayira ye wo ointment kama ano hyeda nya din ye be massage o misi be gina wo so massage wo abekofie no na o hawo no sa yaw na wo de ba Edu heba clinic no na ni nyina article ana yesanso ewo another type of massage I friend sports massage obi a utie me na wo hwe me anasa wo hwe me wo Facebook ebia na obobo Sunday special okọ Koja Park so bobo da bia wo bobo kakra bi na opra anasa bia yeta se muscle pull science me friend muscle spasm na chichi wo muscle pull a chime mo so wo chiwo anasa wo professional player wo sa o hawo no enti na Edu heba clinic yaba wonti ne yaba nyame ati mpaibo tutumika ne bra Odoko official town ne bra ne mo aduro a ebema intirinim no aye free ne yasanso amassage o kama ama moja na etimi aduro edi afusane obu okwana cloth bi akwakọ choki ba bi woni tinim ene ti ama da bia fa ko ti ya opa bra ne yemma waduro na enna ne sa cloth na yensanso so massage sa onan no na ahoto emra na etimi gya ona so ne bo obo no ma ne nyefe and you want another type of massage so you edu herbal clinic your friend of trigger point massage also empempi no say ya rebi nim bebia ne kofa baya and your friend bonika say idiopathic so idiopathic cause ye nim dientia say ya rewi aba no bu awo say ne kon ontimi ntwa ne kon kra bu na beti ne mu say wo say me nim dienti ma ya mako ma twascan mayewe enko mesrew enunti na edu herbal clinic yaba brana ye massage ne yenhwehwe yare bebia wo bia ye be hwehwe sa yare no ne ye trofru ho ye no herbal medicine natural side effects bia enimu into obi a wo tie me obi wo a oye adwuma so no pot sane kema watena se ya obe drive ya to adwuma mu odu adwuma mu so no osi kwa no officer entrance na obefie nso a entrance na entida bia no complain na me waist pain e ba sakra bema o tanya sisi yare bebre no aya na wontimi mo adwuma won paso oyiri bedwa wo entina edu herbal clinic yaba set tutu anamo ne bra ya branch na wo odoko official town ya Gloryland hona osofu chabosum ne kwane so abo woni mo aba beto Christ Ebenezer Preparatory School na chipe na obohu ya signboard na wo full directional sign number edu herbal clinic me boss why dey oba to aso
ya dia bro for to me ya before by ya wa be ye doctor do ye udeni edek enkwasombo munu bia la liti emrekati oda mo nkwa ho onsomobo yale be bit den te shewa wo fe na han na wasan fe de asthma ya me ya adom me bi ye wa tumuda man how or yellow bar domina water friend hereditary or today from one generation to another or today or sign fi a janum order na nanum order or combat na nanum order e ba edu herbal clinic e pa yanko bettings for or your asthma and upon answer na ya to if you mo ho ato ntimle car wo there yellow bar achel wo bit the pressure diabetes we be muntamfo anom pressure dru fit be 10 years 15 years e da drama sabe o driver aye lock onye wo yele twempona wo smart wo abla anyim wo sana wo hu wo yele so na ma japadi ntompedo o jawo ne wala hwe respect this time according wo feel because of into more home mo wo mpado e ba edu herbal clinic e do boto edu in a short time ayo that 3-4 months pressure na about me dey do for past 10 years ye twuma afi ho amon afi asanso amon mayinfudur maanonum ya mo eduru edebo ya atadwe ya mo eduru edebo go edbe mezi wala bo hu ndam po ya powder form ebetum da ye tea kranum anapa na ansa na ejina wona do pome na lebo ball na bo panitia na mmu aba asa na nhye wala kru biara bo bia o da hye mehu ndam pa ye beyin na ejina wona do dablintimu nua so alete ma hu yim da wo hu yim pa bi o yel esichire yel ba whether type 1 type 2 or whatever but mo za direct mo ko edu heba clinic yo man kesim be fikrum mo wi enfleda da doctor edu ofin fantimem fantini nba na yamya ya adom yame din hira na adom na aman yansha word ahuru wa doctor waji a lot e pa google ko edu heba clinic or yidu na kohwe mmadzina boy yame na adom in a couple of 27 years of appearance na eduma say within 8 years wa kan bodo agi award nkote 25 both international and national yin temol ka wo de nya award na no here in bebele but ye ka tse wo de mpayifo so tentene da yire muso na aye bi de no fa na aye boafo de mala na se obi ka tse wo de wa wi koto no boyo kra ya man gini chim usan na koto ansa no bokaka de obi ni jazi ma obaye kokko na otire oje na odi na ejinam de minentin atenten so da yire muso eba federation no wa Ghana hana me ye patron eduyafo ina of federation me national patron eba central regional me regional chairman na American tell there sepia habandu na wode ba so yere mo ho ato ntamaza hu edu herbal clinic first ansa na joyi wa hwe bia la de minentin bobie catch wet if we na there so from no when you on codon from na so my message or WhatsApp my line they are all in WhatsApp platform to wotu or the message na jana me we are return call some share domini we another me leisure timer my return one miss course na me wona twetwe nkomo afa yelba bia la ho ankran kra na me tum na ma abo nti
say number no should be my
0243 98 93 68 and also 0201 one friend is here 110 0201 044 221 me we are me pebenyini bia imri also we serious match ofi dan hwe bo lose match no from na ba bi obi mamu we hia me fiara moroko clinic wo ofi Accra FM ha odoko oye odoko kwa mbabi wotu wo ahia me biara meche na eduro kwa no me beche mo mfa nton kwa onum na yimre na adecho on flow program
on fa ya de
on fa chede o match serious mo fa man akwanchi on fa nkobo ifie on fa home match nti porto di isu ma producer na yenja akode da che obi okwa do
me producer no
wo ya kwala o
onya kodada
but on penda me yaman
ade ba ya
saade no wonpe
ade ya
ayese watena se abeda onum sisi aduro na wo ho asepe wo no wonpe
o ja se no
o sa wonpe bibiduro obenum sa ope
okay producer ba cross ope
o se ope o nche na anim no papa okay ti eja ba akwa de beche free obi obaye lucky o ba free free sabri akobo be say 8:00 ya wie
mate
o fra ne de achewo
me da se bebre alaji eye doctor edu na ye tenenka ene anwumre SMB test na wa hia no linkesi Bobie feel free na ji aduro ni bi na ja de o kire no me feel free wa madwuma bi se menye wa madwuma bi se menye ya Bobie feel free me feel free kwa yefa anyway so that's it live at 100.5 Citizen Show Tuesday evening version yenye say
ye slogan na ye di kono say ye mpepu mu ye ndi trumu o yare abla ye besa yare nyankopon do slogan so mo ye marketing so mo say marketing no mo de agi that your in that let the marketing e kwa kwio you share yon kwa oti ye ndi trumu mo nsa je so
ye mbetumu
yare abla ye besa yare nyankopon do ye di kwa no ye mpepu
ye ndi trumu
Ghana for your bedroom, you need room, or yare apply, but I am middle.
All right, that's loyal for Amori live at 100.5. Yeah, but true. Yes,
you do true more. I'll say, all the baby can also. I'll say,
I want to be there. Send me now to Mami Nani. Here's my sekela. Ye bedi nkomo hwe anwumre me pese me ne wo edi nkomo bi bar bia wasumi ye na ye ndi sa nkomo no ye chechire wo man enya sa o man chechire ne ye chechire wo street mu a o man ne ye chechire Rise Ghana ye chechire Ghana chechire wo man nkomo e citizens nkomo ne ye di it's so simple ba bia aduru no esa ya hwa kufu ado anim na ye ka asem ekere no tie me memfa enwom no nto ba bia aduru no esa ya hwa akufu ado anim to na I hope say amanfo ahu eye 2021 auditors general report no ene mewum tan airtime u read bia ontiase you ask yourself so many questions but the point is say we are lacking leadership. It's so simple. Where you know we are so be colleague. Nyansa, common sense, nyansa ni edibu o man. Sabe se wadwene anya adwuma wontimi embu o man. Se wadwene anya adwuma wontimi embu o man. But anwumre enkomo we no enkomo ben ya. Mema mo se ye di nkomo se ya. Ye di nkomo se ya ese ye kofa nsem ni bi ne de kaka ye ho ye na ebe ma ye hu the kind of leadership ya ye wo e okroma Akufo-Addo in opposition just threats opposition Akufo-Addo teno na oteno from 2008 ya omdi MPP ni ma no threats atemdidie kasafin kasa tantan kasa basabasa penisa asem free na numu ba obaka se ya antetini fie o kasa basabasa Ebola West African countries struggle with Ebola. Then you have Mr. Akufo-Addo when timi anka sembi anchire Ghana for real na oma John Mahama warning says onim na oma eye Ebola ebe wura Ghana asemu a ebeto no anya asem kuma piaga o ebusa say John Mahama NDC ma power da John Mahama at least Ebola Akufo-Addo command a warning says onim na oma Ebola ewura Ghana adia ono ne Ghana fo be ka boma ye ono John Mahama nya asem kuma ani jira ana obetra akonya so COVID na Akufo-Addo no atimi aseda akọ Norway akofa COVID ni free Norway e de aba Ghana ni Akufo-Addo na kofa COVID e de ba Ghana just to come and steal us or they be wiya or they be boy krono or no ma obi Igbo asa John Mahama Ebola no nin John Mahama nin ne se ni na busuafo na de bae enti ekura womo ekura bolefo no e na omo cheche Ebola ne sise omo botom enti omo cheche enti se omo ahweye ne se bi ye Ghana ni bia panio Akufo-Addo tumi bie na num e ka asem tantan sa kire ni yonko se unnim na se Ebola eba Ghana asif se John Mahama Ebola no okofagu botom no ono de aba however John Mahama timi gira ne na so koin wa ma Ebola amewura Ghana amfa ankoje budget andi wa amfa ankoje sika anwia oman no o gira ne na so ana unnim se ana and then will be a testing even enkola polio vaccines asa for the past 8 months ni for the past 8 months polio vaccine ya de won koda ke Ghana ebini ha tie me twu adwene ababa be si leadership eso leadership me twu adwene ade ababa be si so di ono ma obi won no ono na call Norway ekofa COVID e de bae enti se na Ghana ejina baabia ye jina yi a eye Akufo-Addo eye ono we should tell him say he is the cause on the COVID e ba Ghana eye Akufo-Addo and he intentionally did it oseda kronunti oseda now Ebola obi de eba yemfa nso obi wo de COVID eba wo de wo anya wo say da call Norway ekofa nkrofo beto party hwe ayi Boris Johnson UK wonim say enema amana resign bi aye COVID time party a okoto ye keke ye fine no bepemina saa de no ehye no kon COVID time na Akufo-Addo ne na busuafo ene nkrofo MPP for to party the videos are there on phone on bu obia omu ade by nature into on bu obia on fere obia to him no so be the president a ese nkrofo da ona otieti amoso onim se eyosom no na osom ye into on bu obia into on bu ade efiri ni nkola abram on bu ade on buye to akofa COVID aba Ebola umu obi warning the same Mr. Akufo-Addo akotra Peace FM oni kwa Mr. Fakai ena kwa ya saade no at the time John Mahama eku ayedum so owura okope thermal plant owura Ghana fo guno so osmunya abotre mesovia adewe once and for all because na a problem a dawo from the 80s through Rollins time to a Yakufo time nyina na asem we edaho John Mahama asmunya abotre mesovia adewe or ya na set thermal plant yemfa one day anya body ekotwa ne chebi na ukoya no atwa na ade atoka ntemu abafie entimunya abotre na yenye issues about nurses na Akufo-Addo drimika kwa Peace FM tiami yo wo drimika kwa Peace FM say oman a emabunu anya adwuma enye no sa oman no kia ne ke ono de yankasa onkasa o Jeremiah hwe kasatantan ono on ka se oye Jeremiah na mom no saa oman no kia ne ki bibi besi oh no a site Tunisia Africa Ghana for youth says omo anya adwuma anya peace FM no dey saa de no and come despite no here for that addiction no here ugoka omo say men kan asem okrom ha ugoka men kan asem okrom ha I don't know your friend say omo nkola na ba ko peace FM na your friend say Arise Ghana program yi na your friend say Samija fini ba ko kasa ya say na woni nkrofo aye adwuma peace FM hoko na Kwame despite yes owu a work abai na peace FM o de adwuma ne beja no na onima obi ko ye obi adwuma na se ote obi adwuma ho no odi patapa asema ya na ye menwanwa adwuma ya nya we mfa nyaw en bedu side chese woni even 1% kura wo okosoro ba fom ubeja adwuma no hote se de ye nyina ya baja ho no ubeja ho endi why I didn't say o how Peace FM and I go for the quarter and could this uncle asem no say so on my adwuma ni mu a emabunu ntisi krom na baku de hia na se baku atwaja atu no humu wahu pani kasa enne hwe situation ya find ya huum jomama enti de si wa Sri Lanka no jomama emegira bonten kasa se abuya president na wia oman sika basabasa state capture unu abusuafo wia oman no ewia oman no suso a amanfo anyitwi emra your friends Jubilee House now the Sri Lanka aye example kasa papa kasa efe Akufo-Addo de okoyeye today the tables are turning and that is the reason why atia anwumre ye pese yi mfonu mienu e kire wone ye mfonu no obeti ase eye adwuma kura ye pese ye yi mfonu acho natural responsible leadership and John Mahama since your crisis no anytime or the solutions and eba or proposes solutions sana penintra krom and to tuja yanko bono yanko kumnipa yansi oman no sanya ono dia yansi muntwa jantum monsi oman no because ade akoye no Peace FM no na o dey prepare eye emabunu adwene se abato no anko ni we dia ene muntwa jantum mefrise munya adwuma nye ena meme beba mo adwuma ye ena dwomama so ompene enti se ade ene muntwa jantum monsi oman no because me manyina wie mo se no kura na me wu kwa mo susu mo be bresa se mo be trance no ene mo so ade agoto Peace FM and I think Peace FM for that Kwame despite so apologize to Ghanaians so otimi ma Akufo-Addo de platform this abone no he was calling for uprising in Ghana. Akufo-Addo was calling for uprising in Ghana through Peace FM. He did it. Today, Sani Power say, Yamwano na onchitre omai. Na onim se. Membese meka so onim nyansa say because we penny. But na onim say that be ebeba beto no. Time wa wuti opposition. Na atu hunua. Na emu ayeden. Ebola nie, dumso nie, other issues. Na offer uprising on the streets. Penny this out. That time almost 70 years. You are calling for uprising. And now John Mahama kasa or more solutions. Oh, we bet me amamianko IMF. Maybe you benya more. Oh, free SHS no moon fine tuning ye. Na Emma press and Emma form. Oh, when mummy say, John Mahama cause mummy say. Sana penny tina krum kasa. pania na adwene mu dawa o ye sane sa na okasa and me so obi a try beto say internet in no lie say Akufo-Addo nsem o ka he we si anya internet and fan to ankene we are not here discussing it. We are discussing this today because baby ayadru no ye solutions to our problems. And we have two options. Ghana mpanimfo and this mpanimfo so free uprising and not say the Akufo-Addo free uprising no. And I said they should give out solutions. Omuma solutions to say the Jomama no. Dey ena yemfa. Should we go a revolutionary way? Uprising way? Akufo-Addo na kire say so man mu ya den. Na so obi anya ba bi mfanitri mfa kiane ken BBC. Is this the time? Yen taking a footwo no. Yen kan kire Ghana maburu say Akufo-Addo atumu funtumu mfa na momfa nya adwuma. Ana say yen pagi enyi enhwe Jomama penia oma solutions. Leadership. And that's what we are going to discuss today. Mema meka sangwa if you say ne soldiers will fear. A man for be prumu papa. Kofi, Majo.
Alright, yeah.
Boko there.
Enyen the team.
They say there, okra there chadu wadi abre papa.
Yanga de Gemini.
Just kuma. Yeah, Majo. Boko there. Mo. Arise Ghana kwe wa brebi.
Obikaye the opamumre we leje wa home
timinyi wa home na ya la soldier ono de wa kumpa papa
warrior
Charles Nyame ono so e wa say Charles Akwaba
ye nia
boko de
Akufo-Addo
ye de Nyame ase kuma se boko
enye kura je Akufo-Addo to be muaye ye ku say tilo esetre musa
yeah but on say and Americans say there were two options. Say you be kono uprising way.
Yeah, I think there were three.
Sir, then can.
Na say so sorry akon so no ka ho. Ada so no a anya so bia na ehye no.
No sorry about me na eba.
O de to boase. Ma me so be sorry.
And yam fa na. And yam fa na.
Yes baby. Yes baby o dry gina no. Ahwa na de ba de su gina. E ji o sorry dia no na sorry akon.
Ono so kwa chief justice to the yam fa na.
Just bomb.
A total overhauling.
But let us acknowledge they have competent hands in MPP. We shouldn't assume say Jimmy Fonkwa. So
Bobie.
Oh,
but no, so on ka sem tra say nya ho.
Yeah. Oh, but the lights of Adenu the monum
fantastic.
Right. I mean, omo kasa. Even say kra no hwe Crawford say eja ko omo nyina hu say omo agimi pen. Yeah, omo suaba.
Samekra.
Me sankofo no.
Samekra. Omo nyina no. Richard na ne. Yeah, that I mean, omo level-headed people omo adwene mu dawa.
Yeah.
Omo betimi do omo na to form boko. And they can even reach they can even reach out. Or they say they can for that shit. You know, but they have same people in MPP. They can reach out to even the opposition for them to help.
Dr. Anane Fre and this and only difficulty
because omukura that nationalistic mindset.
I don't know can easily reach out to them. Yeah, that's the way.
But we no. I say omu no obi atwema so. I say omu bibi ayira. I say omu bibi wo bi ho.
For all these years.
Yeah.
You buy your man do not so much your money.
Which are the one the properties of Mopo?
Who are the
which are the one the properties there? I didn't know finance anyone do one the crop.
I don't know what fuck's going. I don't know Mope.
Cigar.
No more fine.
So the point is, the Kofi can say would you want more? Because still, Akufo is
when the sika no first can say okun eden na opepa
Akufo is angry. Gabi is better.
Your mind, but
so me kura o if they want to the man yama
any dynasty or monarchy, that's what they want to do.
Okay, so I saw you say no say your announcement say Bobie mu nyina mu ntum komali
like waka befere
yam pene say na na so be ya yam pene say
o ye na no nkan ye
twa ne ye so obeka then okay we are near to one
because me odwene ho Akufo is still angry walking around.
It's still a better man.
It's still a better man and who want the cry amana better. Who want the cry ma unu obi akun hwe papa panu ko sia o yonko akokra so
I'll finger
by me cry no you will fake cry no chi lose man.
Oh there be so no nya ho
oh chi lose man
we dey ba fan bia oni akokra bi kokun na ukase
me say go from fritata Victor say imonia
anyway me nkokwa okay all right so me nya adwuma ketwa we emra me ne say ya na say me papa de oso adium me papa ya Kwabena oso adium no ye kwa me oso adium ti ya me hu say me nka papa o say o fa o obani majo
but the other can be
me papa de ne offense also do me
me be quite true so do
okay you yeah that's be brave my main man for seminar general secretary my conference of assisted secondary school Charles and Edin Komo over quick one. A free last week. Saturday we me no di unkomo be 3 weeks ago. Na aka say mo ye hu meeting na obe get back. Me free last week me hu say afi the report mu ye din. Fancy pem any other. Aduane asem na te say yes parents I shall see etua some fees. Et say.
Yeah, me school had the sa no but multi-part study once what to be no. And I think that the regions themselves will come out pretty soon to let you know what is really happening. We've charged all the regions to be sincere. Discussions many are starting. Just that everybody will know what really is going on, so we'll be able to check and then move on the way everybody will be happy. And it is not too good. Mean can say YouTube. If it were too bad, we have lost hope. So let me pass and we are in a balance.
But of at the other day about Bedru's balance. What is it?
We believe fresh. I say the war. So maybe buffer stock and the suppliers. What I know is at points in time, no more complaint maybe the amount of money that is being given by the buffer stock, too meager to be able to supply, and it brings a lot of problems. For instance, maize for now is about double the price as it used to be maybe in about 3-4 months back. That's what I say. And for buffer stock, which is working for the government, they cannot easily increase their prices for the suppliers to supply us. So then they will have to go for another meeting and Ansah or more to me because okay, maybe I have too much to do say. And I think that is one. Beyond that, I don't think even though we are partakers, ours is that the food reaches us and we don't have any problem. What I say. And the other man there, I think that is between the GES ministry and the buffer stock.
But as I say, a bit more complaining say a man kolani be I am a cotobro daba. aya me ko because say nkola no bi kokro mu no makodi any say ade no mo de say nkola na mo hwe o mo so nti ho na me focus no because aduane na asem no de say be wuntimi nchirechire mu ye ham ne nkola no control ene because last week say yenya report from Eastern Region baby facha me say me referee school no nkoda no bi o mo kokro mu aya me koto aduane na tipa obehwe no de no akobo mobonfo na any ade those issues na to say
yes so control me believe we say parents in my school for instance a canteen yes school in a run a canteen but it has been a long standing for tongue and we allow for a few people on better when we are near school hanum and we have varieties of food and no it is meant for day students but we don't stop anybody odidi awami say and maybe that is what is assuaging our challenge here. In some schools you don't find those things there and the kids have no alternative than maybe to move out of town now or but it's a serious worrying to me solve challenges no in the nearest possible time and ebeboa
na me pacho of answer na bekono say no on say somewhere 2019 or 2020 be a serious issue whether the PTA should take part in managing a young Kolawe issues near the abansi PTA maguno where's minguno and sembebre then we are here where do we go from here? It seems a confusion no adosu bebre
me pacho the awuye a part of the discourse. If I tell what you say, what frame me, mama, me view, and so is it that I don't think that the whole day you have not called anybody on this issue. So maybe there are other speakers who have spoken about it. I think there's a challenge, and we all need to come to discuss it dispassionately. Now, you arrive at a what PTA the PTA no I am say we have not been able to define what role they are supposed to. So many headmasters may not want to even go there at all. So on the because you don't know where you can stand when it comes to say either so headmaster no won't exploit here and I say but what you say it's about some idea we know where we really stand and know it can assist or maybe I say somewhere along the line now PT and even before the free teachers camp in some schools they were so giving out certain things to be able to help in managing the school on day-to-day basis. That's what I say. If they are clearly defined on board, it will be of help to us.
Okay, so say no. Buffer stock for mono more dim come. When I say mate say no say a power is to mo the aduane beko. Mono more dim come. Almost some ball and answer when your signal be say in the coming days, no, it will be better.
Oh, just the day now, a resolution about out, you know. The minister met us in the evening between 5 and 6. We were on Zoom, and the buffer stock boss was there. The minister for education himself was there. The director general of education service was there, and the charge executive. In fact, it wasn't the charge executive, but even regional chairman. Where they will call them NEC, National Executive Committee, which is a composition of the core executive and the regional chairman. Everybody was there, and even they gave chance for even regional executives, the regional vice president, they were all on the meet, and we have been assured and can 12 midnight but we are here to get in anyway, and see. And at the end, so let me state that it may not necessarily be only pervasive at the Upper West region. It's a challenge nationwide, and we must start solving it holistically. Matthias, yeah, mom, because at this point we can only
pray na yen support say the money for Bekabiana because yen kwada ye from come asem.
That is and winning BB and Malaya more final years this year. There were the people who stayed at home because of the COVID-19 pandemic for 1 year and 2 weeks. My heart bleeds. So to say a strike in Kwabe. So these are students who stayed home for 1 year and 2 weeks because of the pandemic. So a whole lot of we are not really happy with the unfolding events. My mom is a BBRBC na BBR, and I think that we've done a very good thing there. Yeah, discuss.
Nati. Over, and you may yadasi bebre akra Ami, alhamdulillah. Ami. Urakwabi also do mini and in Kasa and live on Accra 100.5. Okay, so let's talk about Mama Charles so Kwaba straight. But Charles and you say Gold Coast Fund Management, customers, more press conference kesiye. More the petition akoma IMF. Boyemu Ansah na quick yaba the main issues no so what are the issues ya mo de koma IMF mo de se omo nsemo na say Kwabena me das mechia Accra from chief for the machia Gold Coast Fund Management customers in yeah Kwabena I am say a free mra e pia to mu say ayo mampene Akufo-Addo e fe die nhwenhwe gutano omanyi economy ho enti odwane akotoa IMF no yemu bi yemhye hu se papa enti anya boapayo so say Kwabena wonim chemi se anya no krese Ghana your crisis Kwabena ade ba ko a ese hye ne so ne so wonim di padama hwenisu ene ne ban Omo amembo no mubu no Oma hyehye Omo wo propagandist ewo aho Nti hwa ode na etuo ni kuta no temvichire baby wa ambushi gabi ochire dako wa anyi position ni bi but any propaganda bi on person mu ye bia no na omo piama no why they didn't can say be IMF oh my gabi they didn't can hint ye wo ho see be IMF ne be IMF no gabi need the right person and guess we can say be IMF ana incommodie be na course we abusuya ni ntem. Even some of the cabinet ministers were not aware say be IMF but na gabi ni jina bia wo Ghana amemmo sesi ekoso and the Akufo-Addo ne jina bia pa wo mu ne sen say ono and so hint Ghanaians see IMF Ansah na president follow suit Ansah na information minister edi abeto so Ansah na finance minister edi akire ne dabre wo Ghana amemmo mu ne sen me hu ni say eye boapayo sika ye kase wawia arrest Ghana ye demonstration where ye demonstration akọ international media ama hu ne da powerful sem no ana all ye we dia kata so say e ya mamuo no ene Ukraine manambe de Ukraine fo ntakwa nkrapo ya na me pese mati bi o se covid prade wo kan kakra ye hu say mo no am 1.5 bag bi echeche ye anya mo 1.5 bag no because am no me man tell for me so bi aso nya bi o so anya bi and some so man am
no 2 bags
there be 1.5
no 2 say 5 kilos there some no say ma kuma ko 10 bags 1 bag
na ba ko se mu 5 da ba ko na ba ko na ka o mo ti anu yi eji omo no am 1.5 bag elo me chema Ghana fo e je npo de hu say kama sikara mo jiji bebrebe mo to mo 1.5 okay so ade na mo de call IMF no quick one IMF de call ye say ye the petition call IMF say papa we ya wo dwane aba beto mo ye ni no says a more of conditionalities no class on manintua fund managers for car on wagasa ed beshim
say IMF say yɛhwɛ yie na saa sika no yɛntua ne sɛsi a na wɔgya hɔ ɛkɔ and yes IMF say sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔno ni nka mfa ama mehyɛm no IMF fɔ mfa nhyɛ mu ma ne sɛ sɛ sika no ɔnyɛ dɛn ɔntua because yɛfa free angle sɛ deɛ ɔde customers na fam no ɛyɛ infringement on our fundamental human rights because yɛka economic right issues are issues of fundamental human rights, the right to acquire properties and possess them through legal means. Fundamental human rights. I say, a mind biano, nipe bia won biano, or mind mumbra bon ho by say, me fa kwan pasu pe mi sika. Me fa kwan pasu pe me japadie, me de koto banga, me wo ho kwan say sika na dia koto banga no, eye me dia afe bon, me ni wa de obedi ma de say ye ne dia. Enti obi biara obegye saa akwanya na free unsem no otietia wo fa ahodie so that angle near free here and minim say IMF as a reputable institution worldwide no they will not take it lightly say pensioners aye adwuma omakwa ahomjiem odni sika ye de man say onfa go bon ho bra wa ahomjiem no odi akoto baabi adwuma kro ni nguye wa ban na kasra betie simaku no ugu no wasizi adwuma asset na abepemene what sika 5.5 billion so di ko 2001 ye kan na mo 2001 budget parliament approve when years can 2002 budget by expenditure ho
and this kind of fine
I don't know I am parliament for I am say sansem no omo frɛ finance minister be gina wa omo ntumi mbisa na sa question say sa 5.5 billion no dey he fan ye the fire ababeka expenditure ho ewo 2022 budget scanning and this best say na dey na try enso mu kura ntem ye tro come say on say aban no omo approve scan we omo di wie no and on beka try say ye nya liquidation order ni ntina ye ntua no dey liquidation order assembly court efe dey aban we need 3 judgments aka 1 judgment no nya liquidation order na waja assembly ti di mu ni echire bio enye tietie ma no bi betie ina so say G also an ansentem Dr. Kwabena for we winning credit. Sounds na Dr. Indum was about to win the GN Bank case at our court. Akaka kramo make closing remarks now and a Bank of Ghana or the new application quest or opted for out of court arbitration with the GN Bank. And Dr. Indum said no way. And in the GN Bank case no Dr. Indum na winning. Anna Gold Coast case no o Lucy. Inti Ghana by deda on the Kenofreatan Dr. Addison. Oma yafa revocation of banks lines as well. Oma guna enye kwan paso na unit credit diaba. GN Bank diaba betoso say dem guase no. Ekufuado on to me ni nua no Kenofreatan no omo nsoa. And inti no omo ni Dr. Inum tina table no no. The only way they could do is okay, we are dropping the Gold Coast Fund Management case. And then, you know, come out of court, let's settle this. And Dr. Andum Shoti has said, it's Gold Coast customers in there, in gold. That is what has happened. Wow. And to be sure, and judge rule said they are going for arbitration. So now they are in arbitration.
And the more customers, Mujina be honest.
You need to be. You need to be a Sikana Mutra now, ready. Liquidation order announced. And also says you are going to 20. And this is gross infringement on our human rights.
So me interested in the medium amode faso IMF for I know say they are in town.
Yes.
Inti mo track o mo de ko share o mo nsemo na say
from last week they started doing hunkomo. Also more country office wa it's a friend country director no the secretary that is Dr. Albert Tanu Mama the secretary it's your friend the secretary no and our is okay they have a lot of engagement in their hands into Yemra handing over Emma administrative manager na ombedi hujuma enimia. Okay. So that is what we did this morning.
Okay.
We went and handed it to administrative manager
at the office.
At the office.
Straight.
Ya fafa baby me na ekutami am de share.
Good. All right. Okay, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5. Minim say wo ni nyina ka discussions yi won. Mame fan ko eye Yewra Akufo-Addo 2016 when he felt say Ghana go through crisis and the proposal or ma Ghana for yenkotie look at other tweets sad time on the Baumienye.
Oni didwa oni anka say ya ankwankwa djuma kete wonyina na uka bomu a eye Ghana yesikasam enti so wo kwan bi a obetumi ama na ba ne say sa ankrofo nyina benya hoden soronko bi a de ba adwuma na eno na obetumi epu ama yesikasam so ahoden ba mu ma adwuma so etumi aba titru Ghana say dey wo me dey ha me pa eni adwuma eni ho ma ye mabru kosa no ekoso sa me nka say me baba ye Jeremiah abaka se bibida ma bibi fun betumi asi wo da bi me mpesa na esa nenso so no so wahwe wiase abako ho asema wonim say man bi wo ho ekro bi wo ho a adwuma nim ema ye mabru a kaniki assemble to so man da ma bi the friend of Arab Spring Arab Spring started with Tunisia. Young boy, I think 23-year-old boy, our school enya degree I say onye juma and one day in protest on washing. Can you imagine the level of desperation involved in Nipa? So I bet say I say we are seeing na ya basa unhu ni daso bia unhu bibia be ama enti no o show ho ade akasem a che omanfo na no buy no e ti say eja or Tunisia because na krofo bebrete so no e bia won e wo mamu sa time hu ne sa enso na krofo ti so no doso papa a wonyina so say hey we na all kind of mama and here so near so see every ocean and no and if you see here the ma North Africa this Arab Spring no by until everyone say half of that is the working population of Ghana, some 12-13 million, not 600,000 because you don't know for when you did Unanka say ankwankwa djuma kete wonyina na uka bomu a eye Ghana yesikasam enti so wo kwan bi a obetumi ama na ba ne say sa ankrofo nyina benya hoden soronko bi a de ba adwuma
eye Ghana for say wo ye babru na wo brea na wonya ni da so a utimi nantiko Jubilee House no atwaja ato humu na omo akom di omo wo man no mu no omo bre no omo nie da so te say watwaja ato no humu no na omo so asoro say hey ene de besi bia besi. That is a Akufo-Addo advice eya ode emma Ghana from Peace FM and yenya nsani bia ma na condemn sa sebe kasatan tan say yes, so kasatan time way so. And today here we are. And a brand crowd change. So the question is Akufo-Addo ready to face same situation like Arab Spring? Is he ready to face Tahrir Square? Is he ready to face the Tunisia way? Is he ready? The proposal no yeah in 2016 no still is on the banner. And it's waiting for him. And lucky, Abetono. And is Akufo-Addo ready to accept it? That a man from Chejantum, the blood should flow. Our Ghana Street, is he ready? Or no one drone or prepare, you know? Is he ready to drink it? But let's listen to John Mahama. Then we have another leader. No president and Akufo-Addo propose a Arab Spring in Ghana. that president now be opposition leader now, and in crisis. Yentie nenum asem. So John Mahama on the economy. Yen quick on the economy. Quick one. Yen quick one ma panel members no.
It is now beyond debate that we currently find ourselves in an almost hopeless situation, which we will remain in until very drastic and far-reaching steps are taken to get out of this mess. This is devastating news for any economy, let alone one plagued with the deep-seated problems that we have. It is apparent that even as the ship of state is being buffeted by the choppy waters of economic disaster, President Akufo-Addo and his head of the economic management team and his finance minister have no clue in what direction to lead this country. They have dug their heels in, remained obstinate, and have become totally impervious to sound proposals to rescue the economy and mitigate the extreme economic hardships that Ghanaians are grappling with. They have simply refused to do what is necessary to arrest the decline. The suffering and pain experienced by Ghanaians do not seem enough to jolt the Akufo-Addo government into action. They remain tone deaf and dead set in the very misguided ways that have brought us to our knees as a country. Somehow, they have convinced themselves that by refusing to do the heavy lifting required, they can wait out the economic storm and that stability and normalcy will return as a matter of due course. The most that people of Ghana have been giving are inspired rhetoric, denials, and a litany of unconvincing excuses about how we came to this painful juncture as a nation. Talk and promises of expenditure cuts and prudence in the management of public funds remain a fantasy with no practical demonstration of any commitment to same. Indeed, how can you do expenditure cuts when you don't even have the money to finance the expenditure? It's not there already. So if you are cutting expenditure by 30%, you already don't have that money to cut. In the midst of the national anguish and despair, this government finds it necessary to double in mind-boggling waste of every scarce public fund on frivolous and extravagant expenditures that hold no immediate tangible or beneficial outcomes for our nation. And I'm sure you all know examples of them. On a daily basis, more evidence emerges of the systematic assaults on the public purse and endemic corruption.
The worms did na tempa ukrumano sada na John Mahama. So let's go and listen to John Mahama on the proposal what they
one of the rationales given for seeking the loan is the need for foreign exchange to shore up our reserves, which have dwindled considerably in the last few months. This government knows that the wisest thing to do in these circumstances is to improve our reserve position, and that is to seek balance of payment support from multilateral institutions like the IMF. Because this balance of payment support will come at concessionary rates and at very minimal cost that are certainly nowhere near the astronomical and prohibitive cost that that is associated with this syndicated 1 billion loan. We wish to serve notice going forward that the NDC in Parliament will not support any further non-concessionary borrowing or loans that are not project-specific with clear and unambiguous terms of the benefit to our nation. We will not partake in the destruction of the Ghanaian economy, which this government appears so bent on doing. Perhaps the knowledge by President Akufo-Addo and his head of the economic management team.
At least interest in the back a crabby. Young Kwajiniama boom 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 near Medi. ni entua interest bebre mamenka sesia na many information from let me check Judicial Service of Ghana drivers and security officers no since last year 2021 almost overtime allowances and arrears Omuntiada since 2021 Ghana Judicial Service drivers and security officers so also that na port force so dia boom so ya konwan mabo tapes ni bia ma sabe ya men say mombre but men shall free batch and for but this is the situation on our hands when one opposition leader was proposing for Arab Spring in Ghana because Dumswaba, because Ebola, Aba, or one age of Mama Crass say Onimnoma Ebola Bagana, and on any Betchiayam, Ewo Krumha, and other things. Now, I'm out for on the street in Koma Manford Dini say Ghana form fa Akufa do draw propose ye Peace FM sono. Mano on the street. And now say we should listen to John Mahama alternative. He is proposing rational alternatives. Let's do this. Let's do that. And inform me new way, you know, which way to go. Kofi, Yemoja.
Cobra, my man, chat here for. And minion abidjafo. This is the name of him to be our Rise Ghana.
Yeah.
Demonstration na menia and so nyame so de namfa oh baby nti ebechi obibia na kwabra den kan say Ghana ni bia embrace no it's a flat night team no 2 engines ni nyina call off edum pilot no only control over the flight view. The British say be drubia pin ebeti abafoma edrubia say airport to say school park so say your ponfinfin we so jai plane man hwe. And this will be a bracing home for the west. I say so because aban bia wo modern bo bia ba your first 2 years. And you have to about 4 years now. Your first 2 years. And I obey this is a way be. When him say, no, can say. You see, this year, say next week, na MPP for your national elections.
Yeah.
Or move through maximum next year, on be presidential primaries. The following year, general elections. And even if I am a crowd, musica, a sika, or a reserve. They have about these activities. How? And they see a petrol now out on the ward say, oh, tank busy baby to be for goom. Co petrol a better praga and casa. Say, oh, and Yane was twa, in fact, starting a food bank. Cause Yane Bejin Semo. Cause this government any clue at the crazy crown is a good father or one the cry is you. Oh, ye. We see a brand John Mama Gina Consul. No such a teams a ship on a mutin ebe sink it. Come one the crona air and I'm a sink a ship on ebe sink. No go for moody at the move. No had the crowd cano. They had no clue. Some my pilot da. Plane near airquay, send a moving the movement no. There be in your beshwell. They didn't know. Bakwa Browning. Jedikai. Jama Ghana ni bia antia say. In 2016, picture na Nekufado painting impono na exist. There are two clear distinctions. And the Ghana ni bia nimse wa ahochrem. In 2016, Nekufado painting picture bia it only existed in his mind. And that's a picture on the wall. But in reality, because a brand new father has now unemployment 4.7%. And I know what kind of same way.
And I know of
Arab Spring. So in reality, what the student want? Peter na kufa to create painting in 2016. It didn't exist. Na jo mama battle Ebola. Sabre no Africa. Ye no na head. I know to niama na bi maha. Na ote warning. Sa warning na the simple. Na do so a problem abaya from Jerry second term or inherit ye, who for second term or inherit ye, or experience sa or just experience no, and then can bear me second term or no bear inheritance is not the same problem. Today problem a mind penny for Benny now Bob or no go on say there be. Mr. Minion idea wonder, mess of a problem. It's not self-inflicted problem. Jomama na accurate amai. But no problem why inherited from previous government who decided someone take a bold decision and solve a problem.
My main fan news when you Tia Media Secondary School in Kumasi, almost dining hall, Matum, Obianco, no food. Yeah,
me ho.
Yeah.
Wow. Me flamo maybe.
Yeah. Yanko.
Kara. And no, I can say me just say me list chile. Tall list.
Yeah.
Contribution. Enti na go for the plenty picture be chile Ghana for say Ghana for ho chile won. So Ghanaian thought say ye nya kwa. Ene unemployment ne wo 4.7% the ku for say Ghana mebru nya adwuma nye. Enu te kia na kibibi na besi no and unemployment 13.7%.
Really?
Unemployment in the history of this country, you experience it be that.
What's his name?
13.7.
What?
Unemployment rate. According to the labor minister.
Oh yeah, sure. They have cooked the figures. How can it be?
What the me fair no
unquestionably.
Me fair no
yeah.
What me confirm the figure better say.
And I'm very rate as a
we see.
No, what are they buying?
We are more than one.
What they have from one figure?
One figure near the end.
You have to NDC 8 years.
And one. One 8 years figure. All them make okay me data way. And now when the employment minister or share adwuma and ho nsem so Ghana has say in 2016 na unemployment 4.7, in 2022 13.7. It's a 4.7 no offer Arab Springer 13.7 yen Friday. So you could see say in 2016 picture na kufa do pentikra no it didn't exist. In 2016 no penti say picture no na petrol aye 14 cedi 70 pesos
gallon no
1 gallon. And now we live with 1 liter aye almost 14 cedis. And the 1 gallon aye 62 Ghana cedis. It is a 14 cedi 70 pesos. Yenya Arab Springer 62 Ghana cedis yenya dey. Me so tini ma janchi wunti agabi ti obefra wakacho. Bi ebusa say yenya dey.
What kanda pa
ebusa. In 2016
so mo pay achi enti omu tie say ya do befom.
That's already out of food.
No crack and no fumu.
Apota.
No crack one of them.
Apota is the old Romy Pieto the bomb tie.
No crack and no fumu. In 2016 na mama na the backward boarding school no auto gari olonga 5 cedis. What the every Arab Spring and gari olonga Kwabena no 21 Ghana cedis.
Really?
Enra 21 Ghana cedis. It is some mama no and no anya den.
Stephen Fosusi Bobie, please tell the IMF officials to Google the biggest lion in Ghana before they negotiate with Bawumia.
So I'm going to near negotiation. We free consultation. Eti me busa ku fa do say ono antre fie no nya sa comparison we. Ebra no kan asem we no na Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah to Jomama near the 120 billion. And now the ku fa they over 400 billion. Enti yenya den Arab Spring yenya den
Peter Banfo say obeyi ano. Or say if 4.7% edit demanded Arab Springer, 13.7 demanded Russia-Ukraine war. Is it to Bob?
I'm telling you.
To Bob,
but that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because a triple.
Yeah.
And more than triple.
Yeah.
4.7, 13.7, and more than triple.
Yeah.
The situation near home. Petrol then there, won't mean your percentage crime. And mamia, na konim say, or your creani. And na konim say, do the ball spray redecide. Ekununu, no autono 7 cedis no, and autono 18 Ghana cedis. Autono 21 Ghana cedis.
No. Okuru match and a 55 Ghana cedis. A 55 Ghana cedis.
Just imagine. It is how mamma no, and on then. Sir Creanino, and on the one day. Mamma no te a pokiase. I know faka 70 pesos, 80 pesos, eba cycle. And then offer car 5 Ghana cedis to some mamma. O person can ask them and check for the This was the man. No offer Arab Spring.
Same column trade Jantu Omuhumu.
And then Jubilee House in Impressive man.
Can you imagine? And then Obitimi crap placards on the trim Nima Janshi, yes, a threat to the president, a prosecutor. No, and Nipano would just call them no case. This is the president.
But I think, sir, Akufo-Addo so your mama no didn't want grow too much. Probably no musro no.
It's a fact. You see, no, they underestimated him. And sometimes Nyama Akufo-Addo yan so ubremu jona ni because bi wo wa kra this a day way. It's nipa ye. And Nyama Akufo-Addo yan no. Since we nipa na twa, wa don senti nipa na ya dey way. Umusa question we bi. So sometimes ubremu jona but Nyama bi ha nyansa nim. And say nipa oba awo wanom oba nofo a oba da wachi enye sa sebe enema we. I'm a typical example. Say ebrebe na Ghana timi dadwene ho say obi be president and ni finance minister. Kufo fani ni defense minister.
Gabi num ye
no kroma no.
Gabi num ye omo kroma no. Gabi article say ye no any African region the ma Akufo-Addo lose 2008. Yeah.
Article a new statesman.
Yeah.
You see, so and never be omo ye no kroma when the dadwene ho say abeni be sorry na World Bank and Mosca for almost $903 million. Not because I'm 250. I want to dress so betting as hard way. Obi anyo ne ho.
What in Chobo?
What time is Chobo? Nipa we. Ntoba da jo say abai me time obeti abedi mampanya ya de we. No. So obeti abedi mampanya say ba say o Ghana for de nyam gu no. Na ka mo no ne for de ni Nigeria for de. Kom na no mo hwebom etimi gu no. We see one of the issues so Gapo for the reason omo Ghana for nyuma ko baguna de amanaka foreigners there and omaje contract Gapo for ne no e de ama abrofo ni Nigeria for
o pese Ghana ni bi anya mobo Akufo-Addo mindset no
say people no offer Arab Spring in 2016 and the Ghana for then Ghana nya no ye do GN Bank and the branches akata across the country Beige Bank Heritage Bank na ene wagu na dwuma na sai di pana ba betra fie no na o call Arab Spring no ye dwuma maboso etuanika ene sai di pana o pese ende Akufo-Addo anya den
na covid de wonim de ya me yakra enti onipa hu nyansa se enkoda eko school na ye benya accountant graduates e wo mamu na se nya graduates no on be hia adwuma enti bi good banks na enfa na enkola ne nkoya adwuma ene enkola ne nyina safo nya atifi it is artificial unemployment. So I was so much here too.
Yes. Sure. Nkrofo say eja to Ghana e be omode.
Because almost said that creating.
Yes, they are creating situations that mobe yesa. But as you keep telling Ghanaians, ma hold your breath. So akumem. See ebe end the Fourth Republic and 78-year-old man. Oh, use football age and you need your best your constitution.
yɛbɛ garden saa twawie baakonta de obebu that's the most important because say aban bia yetu aban bia the benefit pay aban yetu no because there's no accountability yasa constitution ye nuru ho Ghana ye nuru Sri Lanka ye nko ho ye mature Sri Lanka for you are mature and the nim say ye handle aban a wabon enya aban ye wudini aban ye kronfo ye nim say handle wo mo pa Ghana for nim enti ye be handle Akufo-Addo saa ne handle we na time no so a yedim de ye saa ban yenim saa ban no mkrofo no yedim de ye omo enti ye nkobu engu flat house ye nkobu ko Akufo-Addo fi oni madans no ye nko o ye ni saa wo dwe na from man moko
we Sri Lanka ko oko de ne ne
ah mama na go
hwe o de ato ho
wafa ko jikwan
oko
ni no ministers of finance minister you tell omo nyina omko omo resign omo say resign yeko when I go business sika no o ko hwe no he no ye nko sa Ghana fe enie bie che omo enti ebedu mrebi ama me nua nya me mo ne omo krofo aba be de busa Akufo-Addo say some money fund management that good no sika no the fine because your purpose and your intention as you said say no cry was to protect our monies.
Na ko vuni ma asema de. Say ada no de ebia na to opposition wo fie.
Yes.
Na fan manager foi e demonstration atemu eba ofie. Ada no unni police fo a ombeba be si kwai wonima.
Dabi.
Enti nkola ni be wura ofie o straight.
How the mate make am asem.
Abebusu asem. Ada no police fo nyina so joma ma be somo mu duty.
And why is 6 months? Say obi be fe obusu asem a. We say
6 months na nkola abebusu asem.
Problem.
Ada unni eye dampare a obehye nkola ache.
Dabi. Abeto to abo.
Dabi. Da no de edimi metie yi no ma frem so yes chance nyame no mo kobusa na na do asem onu maduma fidie no.
Zo okay.
Me so crowd my announcement. Me do no my pon me kofi akoda nkola dem be yero mo yaso na monye. Yes, e dan na be wusa say ubu akonta.
Yes. Ubu akonta che Ghana for.
Yeah.
Ubu akonta you see enti Ghana fi ye benya botre din yahwe no. Ye benya botre din yahwe. Wo de say the ban na more the next 4 years. The person who's so one person do man for biano ye be do achi
jomama mo free consultancy
obi credit situation when you no so equal the ono na credit side na man ho jomama dum so nya ono ne fault enyo na kodun dum fidie no nya hwe akoso mo dam nem ne ni amampani aban account one no be inherit ye kakra aban we there ono a si domama ekwa IMF no onante na koye Akufo-Addo oda ambulance mi ne de kwa IMF Akufo-Addo na timi abrobosia but you see what has dwe Akufo-Addo IMF for there kwa na what the Ghana for be adwene say the business because it's the most it's the worst decision na situation ban be create am no say aban we abobosia che aban bia Akufo-Addo bosia do 300 billion say me no ka say 300 billion
when Sri Lanka de ma ejibum 51 omo ka de 51 billion dollars ya na 49 aka kra bi ni edu Sri Lanka
yes you see enunti
aka anka no ye was Sri Lanka
aka anka
no na ayaka
president we abobosia eche president bia
besia so ye de gade wo prim
you see Jeff Jeno to a obi abobosia 54 billion was it uhwe space na mo bosia biem ene ye nya tikọ ebobo ye ho ha ma me nko nyaka jo mama ho kwan so sa bro bosia na duru 200 billion o but see there be me sa na me ha o man no Akufo-Addo ba no obeto asa IMF project so no obro bosia ka ho amen wo bosia obro no ekwo 300 billion the obro akwa first one no one oil field and oil so crowd bo echo from what be na 3 oil fields ama oil bo din Uriya revenue wajiji wo kroma no abebia ni bi da. In fact, international community a confirm that World Bank IMF a confirm that say obuma abebia sika wo kroma da enche Akufo-Addo. So Akufo-Addo have gotten everything in excess. It is Saba we ka say Osafo-Addo akwa IMF a wo ya banya oye wudifo, oye wudini, wo ya sansani kohwini dabraba ni. Ayabaya wa money breyi eti weye eye hyehyeye a wo moye to ose koba unim abento ade nkrofo weye
na unianom
be ma no si no
because masi akwa baby
IMF no ho ayade na it was part of the contemplation long ago
na wo muti
no munim so mbeko but do mu yeni o ma yo madre say the next government will be ebe che wonsa into all the fans on the agje bosia utimi nya no hwe o ya se ko de good royalties wo yini ya no jago de bi aba no team da bibi ente so yenye japa deal na kian fa ya natural resources so enko ye bi na kian cheche ne nsan so ho ye wi a ye se o man sika nyina ni do makwache IMF program eno no ba unye untimi employ untimi nya untimi nya hwe that's what they are doing a intentional calculated attempt etinye say oba bibi na enye no moko a part of the deal a part of their plan to cripple this nation
so sika no ma seda no ma wi a afi man no mu and listen we ka same way there bia say chunk of money we say half crowd or man no mu a I mean
can watch say e-levy and yet e-levy
yeah
oko de ko confident ono akofa confident be kuruma na betua confident e-levy me boa ono Google bank and ebetua ye financial sector recovery levy me boa o de ko IMF betua IMF levy enche.
Thank you Pacho muntwa sa tape we come share quick comment here from Roland Blessatoklo says will be asked Akufo-Addo where the 350 schools he promised. He promised to build from the scratch. Okay, so this one is coming from Roland. Erasmus says when a visionary, wise and gentle leader is expanding Accra by building Sagleme housing project, another one with lower brains is demolishing state properties to put up a cathedral for Ntrumuntu. JDM, the visionary and wise leader. Okay, so this one is coming from Erasmus. Okay, thank you so much. We have Stephen Fosu. I love Bar, always on point. Okay, Judy Benson says I hear Jane Benson has started making preparations for electoral malpractices. All right, so and the Onwana Sem Edruha Yebe and you see Jane Benson momentiasia say the 2020 elections omoni NDC netoye 2024 mne Ghana for never to abano. Yeah, that is the difference. So omo any party for about 2024. All right. Okay, Agbanyorocha says we'll put this president into question indefinitely. We have Prosper Mensah says Bobie, the hardship in Ghana today is uncalled for. If you chew a full chicken and it doesn't satisfy you, what will one egg do to you? IMF should just put stop to all these presidential travels until or unless maybe serious issues arises. Yabre military intervention ebeba emra. Okay, so Komensa Plateau says His Excellency Nanado is the best president ever in Ghana history, and the Free SHS says it all. Roland says we are almost there. Well, let's see. Ibrahim says Kumasi Airport runabout for the past 3 weeks, no light and water. And Yamaya Basa Kumasi de Asai Kumasi de Asai Okofa a friend is a Miami Champagne and in the baby D a KM boss. I mean, what is it? So arguing with that Daniel T says Bobie, we want Sri Lanka to happen in Ghana. Said they are no fair around spring, you know. But the point is, I mean, I wouldn't for me and my team and maybe I mean a free buyer. even before 2020 someone kaya now I keep on saying say mo bia mfanesa nka Akufo-Addo yes ye to aba na yetu omo na ye hia omo street mu buso omo nsem maako anadwo tu na ejina omo kwa no ensem no bi ombe yi anu anadwo ombe yi bia anadwo anu awia se Jomama so on form mfa kwan bia so a the citizens no do ombe fa kwan omo peso enti we nu nye de aban properties Sri Lanka hwene ma omo asai no emfa so bia ni so enipa no awia ska akogua abrochire no ne ma adwane afa flight no ma kotra abrochire no mudi na ya say ye infrastructure just because of obi hu abufu nobody will do that the anwans na ko krom obi ani obesa and we will keep on talking to the youth but the question is say Akufo-Addo adura okọ prescribe wo Peace FM no ene ye the manual ni akini gina street mu a obanom. But me call listen. Jomama approach to politics, the kind of contributions are odeba. Now IMF okay no mati waka say free SHS omo and review niema ebeye we issue a statement about sacking of Oforiatta that can Oforiatta a problem among sacking on case among sacking mefa bole hini emra meye a finance minister. But at least they should get competent hands. So looking at the Jomama and Akufo-Addo in opposition with your lenses, what do you see?
Well, me chow tia for Tiania Charles ne Prof.
Yeah.
Adibia ye compare mienu adia eboa manipa enya a clearer picture and understanding. There also be a who say ene se kobase a Christopher a proud of Yehovah Nyankopon. Their pride no is because God has proven himself worthy of his praise. And the ma Christo ni bia kuma toni yem ema na ni gene ho agye ne som ho because wonimu ene ne understand mu no wonim say Yesu adi obonsam sunkunim na senye obonsam a enka Yesu ni so ni mfaso bia enka Nyankopon kranpon ka ne sun kranpon ho hia because obonsam bia ni baabi ene nyame eso abamfaso na sene ebeye a Nyankopon nankasa nanim bed nanim onyam ebeye kese na ni tumi a sebio ebru wiase tumi nyina so eso be dedi ama mansan nyina hu se nyame nyame no enu nti na obonsam eba ewiase Ansah no obonsam bebe wiase no ni Nyankopon netie na sebi Nyankopon bo no kra no osise ne ono bo bonsam no omo nipa bia na se obofo bia te se bonsam ebi ni wiase eno kire wo se enye de ehre nyina ene yesika kokko because Nyankopon na ono bo bonsam no kra no wantumi ne na antena John Mahama ene Akufo-Addo medie minim dia me wo twromu no Akufo-Addo gina ho bonsam ena John Mahama ejina ho ma Yesu omumienu nyina ye nyame abode na sene be ya wo beti enioma na si no mama prof quotation bi ya eye odifo Isaiah ne ngoma tie nwotwe on kan baako no yimu baako no obe ye na se nka ni twi ne kura be boa ya kanye ba
say moreover
na mo be hu Akufo-Addo ni din a Yakopon ede ma no odifo Isaiah ewo tro nimu ewo eye Isaiah
odifo Isaiah etimotwe chichemu baako
yeah
hamse we English or say moreover the Lord said to me, take a large scroll and write on it with a man's pen concerning Mahashala Hashbash.
Okay.
Mala
Maha
Shala Hash Bash.
Maha
Shala
Hash Bash.
Em se minua the watcha punk ye kure friend
Omane
Mane champon o de abonyum ene sa anyon no obi a dedicate ma Akufo-Addo.
Maha
Shaha Hash Bash.
Maha
Shaha
Hash Bash.
Akufo-Addo dia e watch no konkro mu no.
Maha Shaha
Hash
Bash. O de be my friend Hash Bash.
What the Maha Shaha?
Edini mi anu nyina no. Emi one thing. Kwabena, the first Maha Shaha no. Emi someone who is in a hurry to spoil. He is in a hurry to spoil.
And truly he said he's in a hurry.
Yes. And Hash Bash means someone who is in a hurry to plunder, to steal.
I see.
That is the name. Akufo-Addo din ewo Bible mo no.
I see.
And that is the second longest name in the Bible. Yes.
After Nebuchadnezzar.
And it was, yes, after Nebuchadnezzar. And it was Isaiah's second son's name.
Odivo Isaiah no.
Yeah. His second son, his youngest son, that's his name. And it was a prophetic word from him, Isaiah. Which word no was just for a lesson to be learned.
I see.
Just for a lesson to be learned. Maha Shaha Hash Bash.
Maha
Shaha Hash Bash.
Hash Bash.
There
is
nothing.
Or pentem abewiaye.
Or bentem abesenya abewiaye. So that gets to that discussion of John 10:10. Or before Oma, I just obewia. No, I say. It became a debate between Bible, no, because I ever lived with my grandfather who is a Jehovah's Witness. I've read this Bible more than 6 times. I know from Genesis to the Revelation, every word. I know everything in the Bible. But this Bible is not why I worship God. God is supreme and bigger than this Bible. God is mightier than this Bible. This is just a guideline. It's a manual. It's like Obi Awaye TV. The TV in the manual cannot be bigger than the TV. The TV is supreme. But this is a guide to be able to operate the TV. So every human being is bigger than the Bible. Every human being that worship God, that believes in God, God is the bigger television about them now. And the manual, so how can this manual is just a direction, a sign to knowing how supreme your God is. Now, Kwabena, John Mahama, again, I know ye. When him said there be a mekasa say people have not taken notice of it. A free President Rawlings, 8 years in this Fourth Republic. Ne ka wo boy ye, ne sika wo je ye, busia wo boy ye, ene your friend is saying revenue or je ye, grant I chair no, eno plus ko for 8 years. Sika wo je ye plus Mahama ne your friend say Mills so 8 years. Okabo me how many years? So 16 8 plus 8 16 plus 8. That's 24. The 24 years no sika aban mako Rawlings Kufuor so
Mills Mahama
nipa 4 omu nyina aban no that 24 years no Akufo-Addo age sika no times 5 sika omo je no say Rawlings wan share oil Kufuor now no discover oil kra wan to be wan ton bi da Mills ne Mahama and they were very lucky omunya oil revenue no kra no mutu no ebura ba kopem one well mu.
And they were able to establish a fund.
Look, the kind of enyoma a free Rawlings are paying so yenye tampon no nyina free mo suku adan a Rawlings nom ne Kufuor ne sa ban enan no omusika omuji suku adan omudi siye hospitals omudi siye market ahodo omudi siye akwan ahodo a omudi saa sika no yiye no Akufo-Addo entimi enkyere emu ohamu ntikyemu baako pe baako 1%. And so waji omusika no times 5
Mike say Mahal Salah Hashbash is the longest name in the Bible. Nebuchadnezzar is fifth.
Is the fifth
in the Bible?
It's the second. I think there is another word. I will get the word for you.
Okay.
That is the second. Okay. It's the second most.
Mahal Salah Hashbash. Is a man for the year or more DPO?
Now, Kwabena, it takes us to another discussion of IMF. Kwabena, IMF Emma Abebia Sikawa Africa ha to that tune of how much money they have given Akufo-Addo in the last finally said this year can 2 billion. Ebusida. Yemfa Ghana ha enye Ghana ha yabusia IMF dia maye ni esika dia maye bailout ne ho nyina ko mini ni nyina no. I think it came to a figure of about 1.96 billion. 1.96. A free nkroma pencil IMF yade omo kosen sankrata 1958 no say ye be join IMF ebusia hodo ni sika hodo ni ye be so wasene ni sika ya gigi nyina bepem owura mahama IMF ne so no 1.96 billion. Kwabena oyonko de be mo hu se Akufo-Addo ma house bash no oyo self no onu ntina ye tro self Bible mu no sa sika yi ya mano within 2 years we this kana manasa cocaine ni suban cocaine bibie ni wo wi asma so ni di bibie ni wonu ma ye busua de a wonko fa nko se no bibie ni wo ye abusua japade a wonko ton ni obeton de akonum cocaine ade tia wakasa hwini ho abusua mo sanyeje entobo ansa fa mame mo afa ma na obesa akwa na bosoa obekwa akosane akohwia so ko na se oledi kura na ya ho be mia ne kon odi sumye betuniti so emi oledi kon ama oledi awu because ye ba nyo na beboka ona kura wawu o tia se and enra ena madam fu bi de ade isande me Kwabena unim se a free nkroma pencil odukwa de odi start free the friend say omampani kufo de so ade ayirami o ena oka Eurobond ho asem ena me say Eurobond ayajeje ebebrosa. In fact, all this while I have been dealing with some persons are more finance and consistently no almost say nim adia kanofora tawo ya enutino. I say he's fond of Yankojibusia. But unlike John Mahama, President Kufuor no ma omo ko Bobie, for example, President Kufuor ko Bobie so de ba beye Accra Kumasi Highway. Busiane bano na edin eda so no ye Accra Kumasi Highway. For example, John Mahama ko sika be Pokuasi interchange no. Sika no African Development Bank this kan e baga na ha no. Na won mu nim say ye de ba be ye friend is saying Pokuasi interchange. Na Pokuasi interchange no enye interchange no say tier 1 tier 2 tier 3 no na eno na ye John Mahama fewu. O ka kaso interchange no wono nye interchange ne de da ade ne din ne so keke na mom asupiti wom suku wom unim se suku a was omusi no Pokuasi interchange omusi up to now omusi
water extension
unim se extension water extension unim se fire service unim se police service police station kan unim se your friend is saying e blocks 3 mua momo ensi o
there we na unim ho awre ho sem kra
market enso kan
unim ho awre ho sem aba On Sanka, sa interchange, you know, and Kersom here from Pokiase, Ecobo, 10 kilometers, Ecobo, and no man, you know, Kukudi Kotosro, a day fans. When you say rank, I want Eco for the Babe. So be your million chubu at the Acco Data Bank. What you say? So, Busa who say, sir, mindset in every here. Then you ask yourself, from President Kufuor, Eurobond. According to the me say no credit, but I also trust the source. Say 750 million in 8 years. Yeah. We were in an argument. Say I didn't believe it. Said the whole 8 years of President Kufuor was 750 million. Mills Mahama 3.5 billion. Then in 8 years or so come Nimi Enuboma. Then omun kwa Kufuor do no. Otujini one tujini Zacchaeus. Kenoforiata Kromfuor no. Omun kwa timia 13.5 billion in 5 years. So we IMF. Now Magana Sika. Now by for ba. No catch our IMF say yeah champion de ni bia. O ba bia be kwa gina wo wiasim bi obi abeka se wagimi. Say IMF for e Magana Sika and Akufo-Addo a. Na say IMF ni Jimmy pa ye ka ni Jimmy and takasni no. Et say etwo a enyuru obi a yentimi empeja na enu nti ye nipa na to ye friend say ambulance mu. Mahasala Hasbas.
Mahasala
Hasbas.
What was it? Nipai wadani kokeni. Sika biye ni wadi amana asuni die. Penanu sika World Bank country director ebe boss $903 million. Onu kwa waka no wose ne yam sise no. Akwane kanu misumo sami. Ay comfort ay
Manamati.
Amati Kromfuor no. Ono wose yam omuma Ghana says can it be da if we say a wiase eba ya ye free baby United States of America. America for ya na ni ebesa compared to emu about 100 and something million eka emu no.
ECGP.
Nancy Pelosi ba ya omo be gina so anaju ko no so me. These are the people. Almost say omuma oman Ghana ska say the highest cry about 300 and
so now the problems are there. And we need solutions. As
the problem Ghana has is nothing but Kron. Yeah, Akufo-Addo we Kromfuor tutubotom ni balawo jolo pakpe. Krono because where no matter how much money you put in Akufo-Addo's basket, it will just go like the water in the basket. Ebenyinako obejia obekwa ko high private jet e dey abe first kana ko akotena obi ma so sikani ba kukura ni wa abo Ghana ho bra kwabra me say nobody can convince me say Akufo-Addo has spent 10% of his accruals. Nobody, because we have to come with facts and figures, audited every ministry. Look, he cannot account for 10% of the monies he has raised in this country. 10%. He cannot. And I dare him and I challenge him. I dare him and challenge him. Together with Kenoforiata, Bawumia, Akronfo, they are thieves. Broad daylight armed robbers. Every money, look. Sikebia, what do you call it? Now, will be a yesibebu 33 billion Hong Kong.
Oh, but I was 20.
Now, who they say 33 billion and no crown ya tuni di COVID money. When Timmy and Kwanfa a 33 billion and Contebu Ama. Now 271 billion or Kofan away.
It's almost
300 billion or Kofan away. So, Ghana's problem, no, I far from the technicalities that we would want to discuss and finance ministry ho and we kwaji loan saying look, it's about time we went straight and told them that, look, come and account for every amount of money you have taken from.
I think that is what your mama is proposing.
And that is why I'm bringing the analysis on that. You say, Bako, what you have no? What could you 56 billion? 56 billion, no? Yahumu asupiti fee, Yahumu suku adai fee, 123 no OCA e-blocks, no? All at the stages of completion are OCA, no? A big World Bank, their best at 25. And we see a bimu our one kasa the government of Ghana funds ACA. Uba ye what jai dani nyesi ho. And then Kulako traffic light school. Ye Kenyansa. Wanu ni se dino. Wu fra bontin. My house alas has bash. Ati mia babe Ghana for him say. Me de say me yourself won't no. Me ko dira ajaje for dan egu. Me ko diri dan ya enyini chen wo se. Egu. Amen na wadwiri dan nyina rage dan nyina apapa nyina wadwiri agu including Kwabena Japan papa the late Kwabena Japan Mr. Japan wadwiri ni dan agu sɛ de kosi cathedral dan a ɛka Kwabena Japan ebetimi akɔ gyina ho atwa picture aka kyerɛ sɛ hana na papa te a Rollins bɛfa no ɛkokun no wadwiri ni nyina agu nti enne no sɛ yɛte de yɛ discuss IMF a ɛnyɛ ne bɔne so Yakupon na yi ne to IMF akufo do koni nyina na ade e wo se Ghana ni ma na ni gye ne se ebema osunu ne to ebue ama ye hu aze a e so osunu ne to because when e be auditing no when e be auditing we IMF ebeba be audit account ni nyina na report on be traba no e na be mu hu se ye ne Kronfo tetwi amoa ena na etie na ne enim IMF report no ena be magana fo especially ye kura de yenya hia no say arise for yenya hia no ena minority for so propose o mukro mu yenya hia no say so there you don't even have to meet them. All you have to do is o dey come Facebook and Twitter jombe obe send bi ombe kan say I just say Akufo do koji visa na unim service e wo koji de akoto bomb Chokoto IMF page. Bebia, odi omu social media handles no. Chokoto ho. The bia will be afa aben chokoto. Because as far as I know, aben bia ni wono ma wako IMF a. The negotiation. The citizens na nkasa krampo against aben no. Na say kokko this ka bebo man ho bra. Na ko bia be support no.
But say ukọ ukọ IMF website and someone crofo di go.
Me see ehu.
Enye bete
na oye kromfo ne ade obedi anim we ton papa japade nyina anso kokefo suba no obetoni papa japade already secondary school kwabra me say awia kokokokokoko na meto no na mate se say Akufo do ma be pam obi a so pe free SHS to wa pam nkura ne nyina akogu fie nunu mensa is that his name yeah and komo mu baby wo station and kula mu ko school no more final year mu ko exams o pam mu nyina ton yapade no Sandy Power, the Dino, and my house, has bash.
All right, so quick one. Prophet Deriso say, my house has bash is the longest, followed by Zavnat Pania. Then, Nancy was
okay, so this is my research, and I'll read it just briefly. This is often counted the longest name and word used in the Bible, though a possible longer name phrase in Isaiah is found in Isaiah 9:5, called Pelejua El Jibor Abi Ad Shalom. That is the longest. That is the longest.
But Charles, quick one on your mama proposals. We are discussing about two issues here: whether Ghana should go by Akufo principle, or Ghanaians should just listen to John and utie your mama proposal or the egu from. It gives you an idea of two kinds of leaders. One in the opposition, proposing for blood flow and one in opposition trying to help the government. Say beya ibenya and some of the tapes need be away. But from where you sit and where you're victim of a government way ne harsh decisions, so at least you have a fair idea. Nante
Commander Dase Impenfo can't say me say Adwenasa wohwe ntotoye ne anamotu Akufo-Addo aban ebua bibia de pefe say MPP fo a omubu Ghana eman sesi ayi wo mu no adwene ankasa di bu oman ankasa de asa sorry Kwabena enye enna Mahama eba bema Akufo-Addo apoma ne de abu mayu ene wani ma ho so ofiri ma Akufo-Addo apo o chance bia ye bu man ache proud to election 2016 Mahama epia bonten ebe ka de obeye pe ade chinya bo se ohun se hiam pass ade we menye ye obo se no mu dimika
2020 or 2016
2020 election
you mentioned 2016
oh then sorry make up before 2020 elections
yeah it's true
ade bia Mahama be ba bonten aba be ka ho asem so saade we ye ba ebeye ade ebechi ebedi nansa obo se na Akufo-Addo ne na ban ne ministers omo po che no ma ba ye enti adwene akasom de bu o man asa ebi ni ho ani ti no me de me ka chere se nem ne kakra ka ya Ghana fo ye ne de che man de ewi no mesre President Mahama se enam Ghana ho donti no nimbia e de bu o man na owo no e ma ne fan ka me Ghana na se Akufo-Addo so am yehu se oka obetie wa ma yehu se ono ye senior ye ba na mamuom a sana Mahama omo ye kra Akufo-Addo am yehu se sana Mahama o dadai and Mahama wa bon and ye incompetent no ye say sia na motu Akufo-Addo tu nyina wa ma ya te ase se Mahama nimdie and America kra ya kai odi bu man no na so ekra no otena ho ama ne ma ne sei ese wi a Ansah no akwakofa e de aba be ni and into no Ghana fo ina de mpa bota John Mahama chi yeso ni pani adue and into on the onkoso na nwuma pa oye adwen pa o kire ono ne fam de onka se ejantom e ma ne nka bi da onka bi da e ma ne nka bi da onkoso ana adwen pa ye de chire man ye de bo emaburu chidom ye de hye emabunu kuran nkuran ema omo nya bode wo mamu no onkoso anfa enwo a adwene asafo kakra na minim say 22 Kennedy Japan aka say they should write their handover notes and I think say it is ready because omo ye den they will hand over power omo ye den omo hand over power because our election we be no eche so mo kwa ko win sa ne matro kan we o ma ye education o for education was say ho poto o for agri ministry was say ho poto o for banking sector was say ho poto. It
seems as say you know various institutions ni nyina
was saying na was saying all there wo pada ko ma ye she down fa institutions ni mako yen compare previous government the Sibiana institution with facts and figures ni ehwe sa empempenswe institution na was saying na poto na we ye di buman and you know Ghana for said the menua ba for kan no ba cham for kan no mama embrace yourself because say sia no obi has a more time mama ya mo yetam na say sia de ye kono enye mre mayen entity ya mate free komodia ni negotiations no mo kom say sia nursing trainees allowance eko teacher trainees allowance eko
really
I'm telling you
3 years
eko jombe tumi aya ni arrears na kem no betua but from the time of negotiations ikoso there's nowhere from this time betumi etua allowance be abium hwe eya na Ghana for ya na emfa no kra nya man yosem emra former president de ba se yin free ho no sata no yen call IMF ye wo nyansa bi wo ho a wo ye panu wo ma edi nkwasi asema wo ntena ho ma obi mfra bonte metia wo ma ma esa se bu producer na wo ya ye panu jimifo
ten na joma make 2020 yin review
2013 na o man se yin sade ni fro na edi o man dem no the purpose in the sade the buy no a serve we it ye wo hia na so na se amayo samni na da a ye de gi to mint no ye say hey we ye fro de ayenkoka ye betu obeto abana maye ye mfa nkoka da da mu ye betu ya
but Charles the point is say Akufo-Addo ene Gabi no omo say o maye sade no because they just only needed opportunity to steal
and they've gotten it
and omo timi first kano enim gwase de and omo no the word integrity they don't care. No. They feel like integrity and it's when Unyeska or integrity. That's all. But they don't believe in moral integrity.
By any kasachi in Yanamo Ghana for. So yen Ansah ni hunu free in their day same kasadoko 7 previous Akufo-Addo da dying. Am I at 2 about 2016? Yen Ansah free mu. Na ayet dan ya kire bi omo ko ombesa ba biem asaba be kasa krona biem because so wo hwe eniema mahama ye nyina ode kan se enye ni nyina sesia no eno na IMF e kire se ye ya ye betum de siesie o man be gina na so
yeah
sesia negotiation no mko ye no so what mum komo a eno na IMF eniema mahama sase so de sisi ne puma sibre yemfa go insi ha Ansah amambo ye hyehye se niemu so niema dɔso a wo hyehye ne yi Ansah na waso ase de be ya enwiri mu wo kwan so ndi sa niema nkakra na mama free SHS ye progressive ye koho enti mum ye sase ye school dan ye dan ye infrastructure mum ye chance NCC dan ye CC dan no ye day schools ni free ye ni free dia and ye ma schools no emen obia de patema ote community ma ote ye ma ne meho said ye be ya ne mame enyi skatenten ma ne ntua ke skatenten enko school okpo school aba be defi ye o se o man no kakran o say teacher trainees allowance teacher trainees allowance get you free on say or share infrastructure strength at what training colleges ni mu na who say the infrastructure strength no are very large and as a huge but admissions are in extra the intra abribia abane share the wage bill say okay ni part do say na me form ametumi tua allowance no amom enti mimi school am raise Mampong Technical College of Education na anke betumi have 1,500 students every year but enam allowance na government need 20 every year be nipa 222 show no a school a betumi have 1,500
was short by 700 plus
1,200
no for 200
not for 222 1,500
not for
200 was short because but nkwala so mutifia and every year so nkwala apply with school no are more than 5,000 5,000 no apply no emu 4,000 qualify enti adenti na ebia nkwala ya apply nipa be 5,000 no apply emu 4,000 no parent betumi ahwe without the allowance adenti ye create some backlog they say we real school but akwala no onya kwan ento aso enam allowance nti but parents need be between 2 years can it why don't we open up
nti yan withdraw allowance no
say the opportunity
yamfa open up a infrastructure
yes
me ntimi mfa nkwala no embrem
na obia ntimi nya tertiary education
no teacher people ratio na is so huge no
free ho Kojo say akwa we mehu se nkwala no ye kodada mo meto amaye ye nkonko dada mo ne o mawofo enom tigirim ye nyina e ball mahama tirisu bi menam leaders demonstrations na then because I was Teacher Training Association of Ghana president but the mindset was original, it was correct.
Tell me now who's a mindset is correct.
And you may be a while I say who shall say we ye may be but what's nasi That's
no
what
time bay and who say mindset
time I mean who's a mindset in your correct and your original a time I'm starting to share allowance now sa intake as and I'm who say the man was doing the correct thing
because man you so the can say or before ma onto numbers no
yes
numbers
also be tuaka onto numbers but we introduce you allowance now
and I'm capable
all of sudden quote and buy to the original nursing training but within the little time now ye allowance if you ni pa na o matene fiache omunya kwan etumi call school as you a teacher for a omuye nimdefo a na nka chese beboa because so we school ni chese chinchina tina mam ya na di teaching says ya ye teaching ya my license ni na sa license ya ni ade ni na mahama na introduce sa ade ni na said ya beya wo benya license how to kwan ko on my for so a wo betum dia koya adwuma wo ko Cuba for produce doctors exporting it's not a business.
And that's
the facts the
labor minister discussed in 2016.
The facts that you produce
yeah
the facts that you produce teachers in the you need even job opportunities because of some licenses.
China
yes said the
exporting English teachers
from here
from Ghana to China.
You see all these things were put in place, but because of such cheap politics and propaganda, and yet the ebebwa or mino, name the ebebwa, many mebusia for said the better that kind of it. Mammy, I will for no my yanko scooter, Miss Ramo. A ya a toda, Mumma Yashan Yamabi. Also, sometimes some free SHs we say on. And only idea about what I say Ghana education, secondary education. I say no cry because as a teacher, where I sit before this free SHS, and it mean who in this free SHS no, Ghana we have a long way to go in 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah. What destroy your future?
What say your future? And Kwalano, Kwalano say you don't have to merit certain things. You just have to find your way
and get it
at back door and get it. That is the mentality behind the free SHS. Says ya yenchen kwalana there with content on benya and they are bra for life. He will prepare them for exam from SS1 and they are preparing for exam.
Then no yet terminal exams.
No, they don't do exam. Failure kwala. TikTok. Students also squat at the
no midterm exams.
No,
because you need the access akwala
no.
Yeah.
You see,
but I think Akufo-Addo planned to destroy the country
because on the matter doesn't go school Nkrumah. So only certificate and then just a certificate
or planning.
And it's really a man pa boy say sir a woman swear some agric health any a banking sector you find your politics.
All right, merci baby. Now quick one. Kwame fa Nanado tweet on IMF Gabi. When phone kwa we the fair no phone gua for nyina gua da ba no nhwa de quick one. Yana ne de bewie. Issues about your JM videos be proposals about the current situation, how to get out of it and all that. At least they have taken one. IMF. We are waiting for the SHS review. No, we are waiting for Avedo Mancro for no cry pray for review. But before our debate, on 19th April 2015. Nanado tweet on to me for 4 years. Okay, so moon follow me. I come in just 5 minutes. Moon follow me on your Facebook. Now moon read the idea. Then Obi Abe who at the cry yende. Okay, so Kofi, 19th April 2015, another tweet or said for the first time in history, for the first time in hashtag history, an oil-rich country, some 5 years into oil production, is seeking a hashtag bailout from the hashtag IMF. Sometimes na ye well no back. Today Akufo-Addo to say 3. And now he's going for IMF bailout. Okay, all right, okay. So now Gabi or Chidako
and they say it's oil production and so no. They say Yakono 12 years, 12 years.
12 years, okay, all right. Gabi Twetiwe in 2018 and is still asking Mahama questions. So, question: why did John Mahama run with Ghana to the IMF for a bailout in 2014? Answer: Gabi answer. Because our city collapsed and we couldn't pay our bills. This is Gabi Wachidako. So Gabi asking John Mahama questions.
And then let's also let people know, say John Mahama 900 million now Koje, about 906 million so. Oh, Koje 903 million.
Yeah.
Onu best 300 million.
903 from World Bank to Kwabena, right?
No. Okay, so I'm talking about John Mahama. The IMF bailout.
Yeah, okay, I think it was around
900 and I think 900 and something. Now about 300 million and is a kind. Ujadiaka 600 and something in my I think 612 and 912.
Yeah, say no, I'm best standing. And I'm best standing. I'm standing 1 year and come say yes, Kaka. Yeah.
But what kind of did the amount of and the finance committee?
Maybe I'm at the amount. Okay, so Gabi, my Ochudako. Now another on 24th April 2015. Interestingly, my producers did jump in 2015 to 20, but that's fine. The same Gabi Ochudako say when IMF says rationalize. When IMF says rationalize, they mean right size, which means downsize, which means cut jobs, which means sack workers. 2015. Ochidako making a fun of John Mahama going to IMF. Now, Akufo-Addo, October 15, 2012. And the last one, Akufo-Addo, 2012. The government tells the truth to the World Bank and the IMF, but turns back to lie to Ghanaians, whose taxes pay their salaries. And let us have this in mind, that Akufo-Addo already can offer the figures call IMF Ombeka say figures and correct. No more be dintro. This is a government. Leaders are not omono. Catch and Akufo-Addo to us say hashtag Mahama must go. Mahama. That was when he was proposing Arab Spring, that we should, shed blood on the streets to make sure Mahama will go. That time we must not call UK. Eko frere MPP for catch on say omo most kanamra. Raise the temperature. Raise temperature. Na ya na kanda pan mu dim koma. Ya na de mo ya na raise temperature. Na ya na on kanda pa say me ofent no baabi a wanyine baabi na bi na duru no no say no de obedi di adankwa no odwene ho. Because say o ya national security boss na o ya researcher. Akufo-Addo raising temperature enye problem ano. Because on the video all friend Crawford said they should come to Ghana and help him to raise the country's temperature. Today almost raise the temperature and the papa. So sometimes you ask yourself the kind of people you are talking to, whether they are saying or
assaulting the pillars of
and unim with the bands and memoir ban interestingly and then obi say and no be sending me Serbia book be and I've started reading the book and it's a Serbia revolutionary book.
Yeah, I have it.
And who read the book no book no Akufo-Addo read it 2016
about so Serbia for nom don ba ha
yes
training title near assaulting the pillars of palm
who read it and now much me read the book ni about revolution we read the book ni and me who say book when them Crawford no read here no mo use here template no use in 2016 and say because we use the same template among me sure say ye ni abusuafo nyina betre krum ha because Akufo-Addo is ready to, do anything. Kofi, but here's the situation. Prescription Ben in Akufo-Addo. Yeah, that
Akufo-Addo, is this the book? Code.
Yeah.
Code and so no intimate son. Yeah. I'm be intimate Akufo-Addo. The bit me Akufo-Addo. Bakope. Bakabra meba hono. And the finance committee share me. Almost on the finance committee so. Atu Ghana ni bia say Ghana ni bia what document efa ban we ho bia fabra.
Okay.
And they are ready to receive and scrutinize.
Okay.
Cause omo say ban one kind of correct. And what document bia oh definitely bia and fabra in the also individual we organization we group fabra.
Then I'm happy
to almost scrutinize it. No more omo bi omo door. And that was what the bia Ghana ni kwa the bia there. One budget until one more team and then them document one fanko. Na me nia na me ka be di manu si no abeku for the team better na ban so ma nkoda every class 3 eko class 6 and kwani textbook
what's it
Akufo-Addo and create me go from class 3 to class 6 omni textbook
who need that na
but this how do you know?
I didn't go 4 years.
And I make it to class 6 and 20 textbook. Adanya Ghana for makwa mi anche nkwada se ne oba ne bada bemada comprehensive sexuality education Ghana for say every syllabus o say ne man kwada ne bi nsu ade
for go 4 years
this leader Enti moga mpa owe obi obo ne brase kokani bibia nso no e ne boss abra we
you see you guys are not saying something ayen nani je say obe destroy nkola in future
that's so seven previous I mean no money am be
for some papa no me bi on papa no me bi no go to US
o ka say Akufo-Addo enana no mo gulanding no and you say British aban 3 years on timi mo textbook and one to take ni do o matem
na high commission because our ma police for nyina no
all right, so that's it live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. This is what Eclipse Corata, thank you so much. Top Choco Pacho my mo papa Top Choco chocolate spread. Yeah, the Fabrodum. No, the 3-in-1 so ba. They do have a clinic here that I just say my father say Emma a young naturalist clinic. Negotiated benefit trust company Alu Africa roofing sheet Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic, thank you so much. Kwesi when you be da shama mama yeah na meet you when you be na shama mama yeah. All right, so thank you so much, and I say come on the production crew. Mimi and Momo joining me in the studio. And I do you didn't come on. See, fashion team. And more be down. No Sri Lanka, no Tunisia uprising. But fashion team said 2024. We have a duty, and it starts today. And what you man here, you know. And that is why you bet me I hold you on some questions. Intimo be an adao. You're from Nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah. I'm done. I'm out. Enjoy your evening. Keep safe.
Ya brabo be ye fe ne no pe no ma ya pa be ye bie ya pro hiama ya kwa be papa wo sikanso ni me di hia o oko jesi chana wa bre ye onyo no amemu oboni esi konto bo hini ye hu fitempo a ye se koko ona wo be ka sem no ya she won funu mu ma ti memu fu na